no real money issues for LG. So better just to save the rifle and get themselves back in on a decent standing again. Pushing TeamOne back by around a loss bonus as well. Setting up max prior to this, I believe. They should have been setting up max. Back on at 4 rounds. The heavy investment will not quite allow the buy to come through in the next one as a result for TeamOne. Even if they were on 4 rounds, it would be a much worse scenario with the economy state being where it was. Molotov's in, smokes up, bolts around the corner for first contact against TRK. Opens things up for LG once again. The trade game has been relatively competent from TeamOne. Not always fantastic, but competent. And that might just about be enough. Bit and Bartin. A place like the helmet flashes go over and Bartin. ADK with nades on towards short, but no one will be there to receive them from LG as they play back over in the multi-position and behind the train tracks. Nekiz and Lucas. The utility plays out of the gate here from LG. Straight up and out. Maluki with a counter flash to try and support it here, but Nekiz and Lucas quickly deal with Bit and IDK. Barton held back towards water. Gets a secondary frag, but Steer will trade. The bomb plant will be secured with the AWP left to try and retake this one. Maluki just going to throw in the towel and save once again for TeamOne. Now, confident round from LG will really hinder what the CTs can do in the next round. Keep an eye on that money line again. I'm pretty sure they're on 4 rounds loss bonus, but even if they're not, then, well, that's going to be even worse scenarios for TeamOne. As LG put yet another and lose another, apparently, in Lucas, who's wanting to be close to the bomb. He loves that bomb site, but you know what that means. And yeah, 3 rounds lost bonus. I just saw TRK $50 at 2,400 gains, so there just isn't enough money for TeamOne. They're going to have to go for a half buy. Maybe a buy can come in the next round if they go down to $2,000 on a piece, but you know, it's just it's not quite working thus far. All about from Maluki. First contact is established towards long. Lucas will go down for it. Nekiz trades back towards mid though, dealing with IDK to a 4-on-4 scenario. And Henny up and over. Nekiz also in the mid face from bathrooms. Maluki is here to receive. Second kill on towards the AWP, dealing with some of the mid-presence. And the Deagle's out from Barton, could do even more damage. Hold the phone, this could still work out. TRK comes in towards Henny and bolts. Last man standing. It looks like the eco might just work out for them. The Orpa Maluki striking first, and now rifles can get picked up. 3 AKs going in favor of the CT side, buying them a lot of firepower going into this last round of the half, and most importantly, the round for TeamOne. LG. What a blunder, and again, the AWP striking first and second towards long and mid. They kind of took it a bit complacently. Didn't expect that AWP to be in play, and lo and behold, there it is. As AKs come out, can't afford the AWP back in for LG. Out towards T-Con control, they'll go. IDK first man up. Damage done to Lucas by a Molotov, I believe it was. Either way, face in towards Fountain and Park will go the way of LG as they hold their own control. And Maluki with the AWP. Watching and waiting with the smokes up. Nades back in against them. Oh, landing directly on Henny. Henny doing damage to Nekiz as well. I mean, LG are starting to show some cracks in their T-side line. It's a good thing that the T-side half is almost over. Still AWP in for Maluki, watching out from bathrooms, ready to take face against Steel or Neckies. Smokes down as Bit holds control here, over to the side of the bomb site. 57 seconds remaining, and they have got now outer connector controls. Maluki continuing to face forward. This could get dangerous for him or for the T side. We're about to find out which one. Molotov's in will finally force him back here as they take control. Re-mollies down and smokes up, sprays completely blind, will tag Maluki to 36 points of HP. And LG will force the CTs back to the bomb site, back on towards standard control. But Maluki still flicks in, takes out Lucas. Opens up the round for TeamOne. Now going to focus on the mid phase, which is where LG are all coming in from. Henny will join his teammates. Bolts looks up. Smokes down coming in as well. On to the A bomb site they will go. Orpa Maluki now back in bank. The smoke towards the cross. Now go to the right hand side of the stack. 10 seconds. He jump faces, spots them all coming in. And Neki takes out Maluki. And Bit goes falling on towards long. IDK will trade, but trades come back in. Bomb out in the open. They can't get a plant. It's over. It's over for LG. TeamOne with one man and back towards long. IDK will hold on at the last few seconds. I thought they may have just had time to pick it up and plant it, but no. LG, a great T-side half, but ruined by the end of it. It's still a 3-round lead. Double flash and smoke in for Bit and smoke molly for Maluki as TeamOne enter their T-side half. Stacking from the CT's going to go aggressive and meet them head on. Straight out towards T-Con control. TRK takes the first to steal and the second of bolts and the third. And Necki's on for the quadra. TRK with a sequence and a half. And Lucas, what can he do? What a balling play in from TeamOne, and LG taking a risk of their own right. Well, Lucas coming up with one quick frag back here. Spots Maluki as well. Hold the phone. No! Damage done to Barton. If he got that kill, then oh my word, the clutch would have been on, but not to be. Wow, oh wow. Lucas will be kicking himself after that one, but in the end, it's pistol. Goes to the favor of TeamOne. Nades in as starters. I think a T-side nade was whiffed down there from one of the players, but damage done early on to IDK, very minimal on his part, on TeamOne's part, LG. On back at the B bomb site. Bolts with the deagle in hand, takes the first kill on IDK. Barton takes Bolts back. 4 versus 4 scenario. Of course, the rifles maintain control. Bit sprays back in, takes some contact for the TeamOne side. Lucas is down, but double nade stack will tag him below 50 points of HP. Henny with the scouts out nades, does focus on Maluki. That damage actually done with the nade as well. Second tap back in on TRK will do the damage again for LG, but no kills going in the favor of the Luminosity squad. Bomb plant will be secured, and I mean, in theory, the CZ and Deagle could do some decent damage with 3 players being tagged up pretty heavy. With a man advantage, the positions being taken by TeamOne, realistically, it's not going to be a very good round for the Luminosity squad. That'll be a forced buy round conceded by LG. Probably a 9-9 scoreline before we see the rifles come out. The Eagles PT50s in LG. Down an eco around here. TeamOne with Mac 10s should be able to deal with the damage on most players. The AK is there for steal. Standard slow round should come through again. I'm not expecting much out of this one. I'm expecting to see the rifles in for the next one, and that's where things will really get interesting for LG and TeamOne. Bit more prodding towards the B bomb site. How much damage can he get done against these CT players though? No one's really watching Monsters, so he's going to be allowed direct line in. Deagle up for Neckers, double dink down against him, and he gets the headshot eventually. Bartin press down against the CT forces as Henny spots out one player. Meanwhile, they have made their way onto the A bomb site, and rotation's called out. IDK backed up in graffiti. 2 frags to his name as Steel and Neckers will be dealt with. Bolts and Lucas, as the last 2 players standing for LG, will not be able to do a whole lot of anything here. So 9-9, all evened, and again expected for TeamOne with the upgraded weapons, the pistols in hand with not a lot of Kevlar sitting around for LG. Lost bonus builds. And the rifles come in. Ops in, AUG's out. AK's to back up. The AWP at TeamOne with the UMP in for IDK. Flashes, Molotovs, and TeamOne play into the B bomb site default initially. A lot of utility being put out here. Smokes on, only one will land out towards the toxic positioning, so not a massive amount being gained. As LG now hold the line here. AWP in for Henny. Takes that Maluki back in for the second frag, but couldn't land it. Gets tagged up of his own right and is forced back away from the long position. Bolts is there with a flashbang to try and keep him covered. Opening frag, man advantage gained by Luminosity. Can they hold on to it from here? One on the back of TRK and it rotates back over to what looks to be another B site here. LG, 3 players to defend against it, so let's see if they can defend it again. Quite a confident site for LG on their T side. Let's see if the CD side is also just as good. Neck is back behind Toxic Barrels, watching on towards Monster. IDK with the first face, no flash to support it. Counter flash in from Neckis as he reads the situation perfectly. Counter flash in from the T side as well from short. And here comes IDK. Barton gets that first connection from one of the towards Toxic. Manic spray does not take him down. Eventually the block will get him. And Steel with a trade, Barton with a trade right back. 2 kills. And Henny and Bolts, the last 2 players in a 3 versus 2. One will make his way up towards Bridge, close range with the AUG, sprays Manic, and eventually TRK swings out to get a kill of his own, and Henny with the AWP, wrapping back in out towards, I think, a backstab, or towards saving the AWP. We'll grab one out here, get rid of it for the T-side players. Do not hold it down in their own right. And that will be TeamOne taking control here on the T-side half. 4 rounds in a row, max loss bonus for LG, but they had a heavy investment in this round. That will probably lead not enough. Will probably lead to an eco half buy. Well, still with SMG, still $1,800 on him, and Henny also investing a little bit into the Kevlar here. Yeah, they will be able to get themselves a half buy around it. A pretty confident half buy as well with the CZ in on Bolts. 2 SMGs out as well for LG. TeamOne, of course, with their AK-47s as standard. Maluki with the AWP, IDK and TRK. Flashes in, and still spotted. IDK will deal with him. One SMG down, CZ doing damage, but no frags to his name. The T's continue pushing forward with utility down on towards the Gravity position. It might just force LG to fall back and save indeed. Nades on Nekis and Henny down to 48 points of health. Probably just best for the AWP to fall back at this stage. And Nekis will also agree and join him. Maxos bonus in play for Luminosity. TeamOne 11-9 on the lead. As Lucas does go down in towards 7, a little exit frag there for the 5 versus 2 and 5 players staying alive for TeamOne. Very confident executes defaults coming in from this squad. Especially in the execution towards the B bomb site. Flawless so far. LG just couldn't quite handle it. AWP shot rings on first and second. Exit not quite. Nekis should be able to grab that AWP though, as no more team side players are facing. Maybe it might get to him in time. No, Bit does not face forward further than the connector position. A tactical timeout will get called by LG. Their first thus far here in the map up. Just goes to show how well these T-sides have gone for either squad. Rifles brought back in by the CTs and for the T side as well. The AKs will come in. Aggression coming in, and Maluki so reads this. He knows that Steel's there, but he doesn't take face. In the face around the right-hand side rather than go straight in and look for the kill of the AWP of its own right.
Sa mga panahon na ikaw ay nagigipit, nag-iisa, nakakalimot, o nawawalan ng pag-asa.
Idaan na yan sa